early morning drive in a 7.3 liter Godzilla V8. I guess we're going to be seeing what type of MPG we get. This is a 2022 7.3 Godzilla V8. And we're going to be doing an early morning drive here and seeing what we get. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're getting right now. We have 503 engine hours and 158 idle hours. But trip and fuel right now, 9.8 miles to the gallon for the last, how long? 9.2 for the last 7,000 miles. And 10.8 on this one for the last 1,000 miles, it says. So let's go ahead and reset this one. And let's see what this truck is going to get real world for us as we go on our drive to work here. So we just reset it. We're going to drive the truck normally. We're going to let the LIO meter do its work. I know a lot of people think that the trip computer is just lying. And as you see from our gauges, we're just driving normally down the road here. And it's just going to give us like a readout of our MPG. So a 430 geared 7.3 liter V8. We're gonna go ahead and see what it gets, but let's get going on the road here and we'll see what we get as we drive. But so far we got like 7 miles to the gallon just going down the street, so bear with me for 1 second. So I've been driving on the road here for about 1.6 miles, and I just got on the freeway and I figured I'd lock it down at 65 miles an hour cruise control, because I'm realistically, a truck this size, you really don't want to be going too fast in a truck this big, because it just drinks fuel if you go faster. So 8.7 now, and with this gearing, I think the closer you are to like 45, 50, the better it gets. It actually will get like 20 to the gallon. Real world. I actually gotta pop off and get a coffee from Starbucks, so that's gonna hurt the fuel economy. The closer you are to like 55, 45, 50, the better the MPG can be, because of the way this truck is geared. It will wind out all the gears at about 55 miles an hour. But popping off now to get a coffee from Starbucks, and that's, like I said, it's gonna hurt what we get, but this is gonna be real world. So 7.3 guys, and the people with the questions, what is that truck really getting? Well, this is just driving the vehicle normal. What's this guy doing? He's swerving everywhere. Let's see if he keeps on swerving. It's weird. But this is for the guys who want to know about the 7.3. What kind of MPG can you really expect? Well, you could probably get like 15 or 16 to the gallon if you go point to point and you don't do anything in between. Right now we're stopping to get a coffee. That means we bring down the rate of speed, and we stop and we go, and we stop and we go, so that hurts it. But does that mean that's what the truck gets in the city? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of impossible to quantify everything that a particular person would be doing with a vehicle to determine its specific MPG that it will achieve. So it all kind of depends. It's definitely a factor. The motor and everything is definitely a factor, a large factor. But another large factor is the driving habits, and what's being towed and what's being hauled, what's in the vehicle. I guess if your measuring equipment was good enough, even the weight of the occupant or occupants. So we got a line. Ugh. But so yeah, that's gonna again hurt whatever we can get here. So yeah, this is gonna be killing my results. This is gonna require another test in another video because I don't get it. I don't know what people want to order here. I'll show you guys what I'm ordering.
Good morning. What can I get for you?
Can I do a medium blonde roast coffee? No cream, no sugar, just black.
You said a blonde roast and you said just black?
Yeah, medium.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it.
Family blonde roast is $3.15 for you.
Alright. So that's all I get here at Starbucks, like a black coffee blonde roast. Sometimes it's pretty good, sometimes they don't have it, and they give me like something else. They give me like some shots of freaking something. They give me blonde roast shots with water because they don't have the right product. And I know the difference, like I can tell. But whatever, it still don't taste bad. It's just whatever. I know that something going on. But the point is, people come in here and order meals, and it's goofy. Just get a coffee. Just get a coffee with nothing in it. Give it, and then the line would flow. You know, the line would move. But anyway, fortunately, I had to stop here. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue this once we get back on the road. All right, got my coffee. I think that took me like 10 minutes. All right, so that ate into the, the MPG. So I really want to follow up this video and do one clean, no stops. But nonetheless, we do have a couple stops. And now I'm running late for work. I'm supposed to be there at 7. That clock's on colored people time. It is not 5:18, it's 6:18. So I'm going to be late for work. Well, late for me. It's gonna be like, I want to be at work at, if I start at 7, I want to get there at 5:30 and just go in the office, watch some podcasts, have my coffee. Normally I'm going to work so early that like stopping at Starbucks is not an option. It's not even open yet. So I have to make my coffee at home because Starbucks, I'm up before. I think Starbucks opens at 6. So I had some sick kids and stuff at home. So I was running late. Kids were throwing up. So I was running a little late. And I didn't want to make the coffee at home. And I was already past the 6 a.m. start when Starbucks was open. So I just went to Starbucks. They were open. But normally, perfect world, I would be out here way before this. So anyway, we're at 8.2. We're dropping down. I don't see, like right now would be like the perfect time to do a power pull. I got the camera in my hand and just step on it. So I did a short on that power pull, and I felt like, just looking at the short, the truck was slow. I felt that this is one of the slower trucks that I've had. Maybe it's a little quicker than the 6.2, but it's not even like an EcoBoost, even though it has the torque of like a first gen EcoBoost. I think the second gen EcoBoost is making more torque than this. I'm sorry, not the first gen. The first gen has less torque than this. The second gen has like the same amount, but then I guess you can call the one that they're making now the third generation of it, where they can increase the power. I think that one, the 2021 was when it started, I think. That one has more torque than the 7.3. So we're creeping up on 75 miles an hour now, just I guess it is what it is at this point. And we're getting 8 miles to the gallon. So even though this isn't like a clean MPG test, it is kind of real how people say that, you know, the computer is lying. Well, yeah, the computer can be off by 1 to 2 MPGs or maybe more depending on the tires. But as you can see, like, how often do you do a really clean drive without any warming up? I think the truck warmed up for 3 minutes today. There's no miles being accumulated, but there's fuel being burned. So definitely something to think about, is there's things going on probably whereas the vehicle is not going to get what they say because you do other things with the vehicle. You go through a drive-through, you go through a car wash, you go through, I mean, that doesn't even count as driving. So that kind of thing can't be accounted for in the MPG rating. But nonetheless, we're at 8.9. We're going to get to work and see where we are once we get there. So at our final destination, we have traveled 9 miles and burned 10.1 miles to the gallon in our 7.3 V8. All in all, I don't think you can get a more real world MPG run than that. I mean, we stopped at Starbucks, we went 65 on the way here, and then after Starbucks we went 75. So how much more real world? That's just me using the truck to commute. That's what it gets. And honestly, if it's towing, you're probably gonna lose another 2 MPG. But anyway, my name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. I gotta get to work. See you in the next video. Over and out.